begin today's show with an update on the protests that took place in Lagos. Now, seeing as we love entertainment, Nigerian celebrities also came out in their numbers to protest police brutality in Nigeria today. It was a long walk from Lekki Tollgate to Bunny Camp and back. Let's take a look at that.
We came down to VI, then we went to Bunny Camp, and then we met with the police officers at the bus stop who actually stopped us from proceeding to the police station, assuring us that the presidency and the government is actually doing something, to ensure that every single person who has been affected by the SARS unit will be properly compensated for. And of course, this has gone beyond just, normal Nigerians. Nigerian influencers and celebrities have come out to join in their numbers. We have seen Ruggedman. We have seen Falz the Bad Guy. We have seen MI, that's Miss Incredible, Ini Edo, Peter of Peace Square. We have seen King Tentra Neutral as well. The list is endless. A lot of Nigerians just coming out again to scream end SARS. The protest should have ended by now, but as we keep moving, more people keep joining and some people keep breaking off. So this could very well go on for the rest of today, because just as people are getting tired, others are just starting their own protest. As you can see, the crowd has actually reduced drastically. However, it is still increasing. And one of the things that the policemen that we bumped into assured was that what Nigerians are clamoring for, which is 5 of 5. One, people are saying that the people who have been arrested, that's the protesters, all of them must be released. The second thing is for every family who has been victimized, who has a member who has died, or someone who has been affected by the unit SARS, they must be adequately compensated. Another thing that they want is a psychological evaluation of the disbanded units, the members, because from what we got from the Inspector General of Police, what we understand is that while SARS has been dissolved, the members will be moved to other units. They want those members to be psychologically evaluated, and then they also want a unit to be set up to ensure that we are not going to have to deal with this. For people who have complaints, for people who have had bad experiences, where can they go to? They want a unit set up so that they can have people who will listen. This will be happening within 10 days. And they're saying that these 5 things, they want it. I've got Ruggedman with me, and he has been with us since the protest began. Ruggedman, tell us, what is your stance on what we're doing here?
My stance has always been the same from day one, 5 years ago that I joined this canal. This is a fight against police brutality. This is a fight against police impunity. This is a fight against illegal arrest, detainment, extortion, torture, and extrajudicial killings of innocent people. That's what this fight is. 4, I know some people will say we have bigger problems in Nigeria, or we have other problems in Nigeria. But remember, it is only the living that can find solutions to problems. You understand? Who are the people who meet on the street every day when we move around? The police. So the rogue ones in there that are killing people, innocent people, are the ones we want to get rid of. So we can then talk about reforming the police, and then we talk about solving other problems Nigeria has.
Now, Rugged, a lot of people would say that we have that's, by the way, people honking because we were in the way. Now, a lot of people have said that they have ended SARS, and that's something that a lot of people have protested on. However, the protest continued despite the dissolution. So why do you think that is?
Because this is like the 5th time. We've been told that SARS has been dissolved or disbanded or whatever they want to call it, you understand? It's one thing to say you've banned SARS. It's another thing to get them off the road. And then, don't forget, by extension, we're not only just talking SARS, we're talking every rogue police officer there is. So it's not just SARS. There's anti-cultism, there's anti-kidnapping. And outside of Lagos, we have the Safe Delta or something Delta in Delta State. They're doing the same thing. They're doing the same things that these officers have been doing. So this is what we're fighting against.
I have MI Abaga with me right now. Now, what MI has been doing here has been extremely significant. Lots of people have come to donate water, donate food, and no one is thinking who's going to be picking up the trash. Believe it or not, MI has been ensuring that Lagos is clean. But I want to know, MI, what does this protest mean to you as a Nigerian celebrity and as a Nigerian?
I mean, we just have to think about it. Yesterday, people came out protested, and in the middle of the protest, a policeman got killed. Young Nigerian guy, they tried to frame him. They announced that he's the guy that killed. That just shows you the mentality and the way they are. If you look around now, there are so many young men. Any of us could have been a victim any day. We're out here protesting. There's a guy called Jimo Isaac, and he's dead. Shot dead because police brought live ammunition to a protest, peaceful protest. These young people are tired. They are fed up. This is not the Nigeria that we should have. If you look around, people here should be footballers, they should be engineers. This country has failed us. You know what I mean? And we're tired, and we're not going to take it. We're not going to take it anymore. And so it starts with NSAS. But everybody that's in government, everybody that's a position of power should know that it doesn't end with NSAS. It ends with a Nigeria that's fair for every young person, with good education, good health, better opportunity for all of us. We've tried. We're the most powerful youth on earth, but we have been calm and we've been peaceful and we've been quiet for too long. But it's over. You know what I mean? The youth are awake and the youth are talking. I mean, the solution of SARS happened 2 days ago. Yesterday, why were they still shooting at us? Why were they still arresting protesters? Peaceful protesters. Why are they still framing people? Think about that. They are framing young people for murder they didn't commit. Framing. Police officers are lying, saying that these people kill people. Why are they still doing that if they really mean change? They don't mean it. Now just talk where they talk, you understand? Scam where they scam us. They don't scam us, they scam before. How many times have they told us no more SARS?
Do you really feel the government responding to the 545, the requests that have been tabled? Do you see the government responding to that?
I mean, at some point soon they will know that we're serious and they will respond. You know what I mean? At some point, they will know that we're serious. It's not about MI. It's not about banking. It's not about business. It's not about anybody. It's about the youth. If we were not here, they would still be here. You know what I mean? And they will speak for themselves. And people are tired. It's growing. We see it now. Yesterday, they said no protest. They are protesting now in J-Town. It's growing everywhere. People are doing that. They happen everywhere. Because we're tired, man. We're tired. We're tired of the BS.
We need to reform the police force. You cannot give guns to somebody who is somebody who feels threatened by other people's wealth, somebody who feels helpless. He will leave his home 5 a.m. Sometimes he will be in the office for 3 days. And at the end of the month, he gets maybe 50 or 60,000 naira. He has a wife, he has kids. How is he going to take care of them? Then you give him a gun. The gun gives him that thing that makes him feel invisible. That thing gives him power. He looks at a young person, he sees his rival. He looks at a rich man or a rich woman, he sees a threat. He looks at somebody he feels should be maybe his younger brother's age, riding a big car, immediately empty sexting, he gets angry. Without provocation, he shoots. The government is there, allotting money for these people. I also asked said that, yeah, the places that you are putting this money, we need the money in other better places. Let me tell you one thing. One day a hungry man is an angry man. Somebody is hungry. You get him a gun. You are telling him that you want to talk. He won't listen to you. You have to reform. Remove the bad eggs. I can tell you that in all of my life, and I'm still very young, I have only met one polite policeman. Can't you just let these people be okay? Remove the bad eggs. You will see people that are ready to work. Pay them now. I think you know what I'm saying. If you increase somebody's salary from 50 to 100K, my brother, let me tell you, there will be change. If you call them for seminar, they will sit down. I've gone to police stations, several police stations, to talk to them, to educate them about systems, about how to deal with the public and everything. I have seen educated policemen. But to go to Shelenigbe, when you are hungry, education flies out of the window. When you are helpless, education flies out of the window.
Now we have a 545, things that people want people want the government to do, which includes releasing the protesters, justice for people that have died, psychological evaluation for the disbanded members of the South unit, amongst other things. What happens if this 545 is not achieved?
Let me tell you the truth. Number one, Sherry, disbanding here. You just disband. We're in this Nigeria now. You are fooling us happy. Sakani Bobo, you disband someone. So go where? Shebi to go. And then we form a group now. Some of the people will take police uniform. You are doing psychological evaluation for somebody that is hungry. What are you talking about? If you want to evaluate somebody, go and check. How much? Go to the rank and file of the police. They are suffering,
As you can see, NSAS, we're at the Lekki toll gate, and it's blocked. What you're really seeing is it's not disorderliness, it's not chaos. It is actually young people who have a voice. Because we know that individual voices make noise, united voices make history. And what we did was we marched. We marched all the way down to Unicorn to present our 5 for 5 demands. Because what we want is a reform of the police. We're not trying to say that they should lose their livelihood. In fact, we want them to have a good livelihood. We want them to be able to provide for their children so they don't have to prey on the children of others. Do you understand? Checkpoints no longer have a point. They are just personal ATMs. You have to understand that the people and the youth have a voice, and speaking about it should not scare you. We want to live in a country where we can believe what the government says. As our president was addressing us yesterday, they were killing people in Suriname. How can we believe what they're saying? I understand, and my generation understands police brutality. It has nothing to do with gender, ethnic.
That was Ladipo sharing his thoughts on the protest that was happening at the Lekki toll gate. People are actually still there protesting. Well, on that note, we'll bring some more on the protest as we go through the show. Let's head out to a quick break. Stay with us. This is Still Arise 360. We'll be right back. You're welcome back to the show. This is Still Arise 360, and we have been talking about the protests happening today in Lagos, Nigeria, where a lot of Nigerian celebrities have actually come out to show their support. Well, we're going to head over to the protest happening at the moment in Lekki, the toll gate to be very specific, where we have Arise correspondent Olushola John Jacobs, and he's actually with a Nigerian comedian, Shea. Let's take a look. All right, now, John, I'm sure you're still at the protest. What's the mood like? You know, what's the atmosphere at the protest right now?
Yeah, Chika, if you can hear me, I can hardly hear you though, but if you can hear me, Chika, sorry, Kachi, we are here at Lekki toll gate, and it's been an agitation to end SARS actually in Nigeria, and you can see the multitude behind me, and though, however, it's turned to some carnival of sorts. But here with me is Shea, one of Nigerian comedians. He's a celebrity actually, and here Shea, he has his experience for us. Shea, how has it been so far, and why are you here?
Well, for me personally, if you notice, I've been leaping since I got here, trying all my energy to keep balance. While we protested on Sunday, a cat stepped on my leg that hurt me. But I said I'm not going to stop until our demands are met. And this is part of the reason. Personally, I've had SARS stop me on the road, and I've been able to get through because I'm an entertainer. But I tell you one experience I had one time. 2 painters came to my house. They were going to work for me. I gave them money, and they said they wanted to go and buy paint. And after some few minutes, they called me. One of them called me that they are Jakonde, that they are behind the healers of SARS. I quickly put on a shirt. I drove down there, and I met this guy. They naked them already to their boxers with their hand tied behind them with their clothes.
Oh, their offense.
Their offense when I got there, and I asked these officers, what did they do? They said they were on a bike passing a crime scene. That they were on a bike passing crime scene. And when I approached the officers, I said, these people just left my house. I gave them money to go and buy paint, to come and paint somewhere in my house. That these are the things that we talk about. One of them looked me in the eye and he said, if we see this in any of your stage, you talk about this. One day you will finish your show. We will wait for you. We will gun you down. We will put gun on your body and say you are a criminal.
And did you ever mention this in one of your shows?
I didn't mention it until I was sure that it was right for me to do so.
How was it right?
Of my safety. Some last year, I spoke about it. You know, and this is a part of what we're talking about. And this particular day that I'm talking about, I'm telling you, I drove with them to FSAS at Adeni Jadile. I made all the calls to the police people that I know to get those boys released. In that office, they started dabbling me around, and I ended up spending 100,000 to get those boys released. These boys, yes, these boys are not my family members. They were just painters that came to collect money to come and paint in my house. And I eventually had to bail them with 100,000. If they were unable to call me that they had arrested them, I would have been blaming those boys that I gave them money that they didn't come to do their job.
So Shea, how long do you think this protest will last? Because some have actually said that Nigerian spirit is that of initial gra-gra, that they will get tired pretty soon. Are you guys ready to get tired?
See, let me tell you something. People are still here complaining about how they brutalize their eyes and all. Do you understand me? Let me tell you something. If they think we are going to relent, they are making a mistake. When the protest started, I had an earlier medical appointment and other engagements. Because of that, I didn't join early. But on Friday, I went to Alausa to give the youth their moral support. I was there with them from at about 11:30 till about 1 a.m. in the morning. By 7 a.m., I was there with them again till about 9 to support them. And on Sunday, we shut down Chevron roundabout. I was with them. A car stepped on my leg, causing me fracture on my leg. You know? But because of that, I couldn't come out yesterday. But today I'm here again. You can see I'm still limping with the leg. But trust me, we are not backing down. This is the word. The police need to know that we are not against them. We are against the activity of some of them that have decided to be unnecessarily ruthless and maim the youth of this nation. We have asked and made demand that those people should be brought to book. People who have been killed by SARS, who have been brutalized by the police, should get the right justice. They should improve the police welfare. They should reform the police. They should retrain those who are in SARS right now that they want to take to other units. They should be thoroughly retrained. We should have an open dialogue for those who have been harassed, who has been maimed, who has been killed, who has been unnecessarily brutalized.
Okay, on a last note, I understand that some are out there, some people present in some quarter protesting against this protest. That is, they say there should not be an end to SARS, as against what you guys are doing here. What response do you have for those ones?
See, in the nation of 200 million people, not everybody can be wise. A nation thrives when we have wise people and foolish people to help the wise display their wisdom. We leave them to their ignorance, but we will not, because of them, back down. Are you listening to me? On Sunday, we had people who drove by, who insulted us, who cursed at us and other stuff. We are not backing down. We have been hearing words that, oh, these celebrities, they are the one, Abi. Should be all these things will die down. We will deal with them. See, we are here. I would rather die on a cause that I believe that is just than be a coward in my house. Anybody can sleep and die in his sleep.
Thank you, Shea. You've heard it from Shea. He has said that the Nigerian youth, the Nigerians are not backing down. Until police brutality ends, this protest may go on. Back to you, Kachi.
Thank you so much, Olushola John Jacobs. The protest actually started really early at about 8:39, and this is past 5 p.m. and protests are still on. So that could very well go on for the rest of today.